my Q supposedly, well, is 137, but it's been as low as 134 before and lower. But people are specialized, and whereas someone like myself is often perceived as being a lot more intelligent when compared to my girlfriend, um, because I'm specialized at language, she's excellent at math, whereas I'm absolutely terrible at math. She can draw well, I draw terribly, but I'm much better at grammar, I'm much better at writing, etc. So, um, first of all, as far as stupid, I think all sorts of different people are specialized in different ways. Um, is this is this the stupidest generation? Quite possibly. I'd like to think it's not, and I really don't think it is. In fact, I saw a recent study that said um, generation to generation, kids are actually getting smarter, and I'm sure you can find that easily on Google News. But yeah, with the internet, there's so much potential for learning. Not that I'd ever download anything, but if you use some of the major sites for downloading, I mean, I know people, but anyway, I know people that have countless audiobooks, countless regular books, documentaries, and for a person that does want all of this stuff, I mean, it's absolutely endless, philosophy, history, you know, every skill you could want to learn about. You don't have to just download crap off the internet. And don't get me wrong, I like some entertainment too. I like certain shows and movies and everything. I actually saw the new Batman, but but there is tons and tons of potential out there for anyone that wants it. I know nothing about the book you've shown. I did look a little bit at the page, but I think it's pretty bold to say this is the dumbest generation. I don't know if he's talking about America specifically. If he is, sorry to say it's a little more believable. But, I mean, just in terms of the fact that you guys, no offense to you personally, I'm saying way too much, but have slid into decline far deeper than I thought you would. In many levels, whether it's education, health, pollution, freedoms, freedoms and civil liberties is a huge one. I said all sorts of horrible things were going to happen. Bush is going to do this and that, and fuck, I couldn't imagine it was going to be this bad. There's a lot of pollutants and stuff. I think that's affecting people. I know it's pretty easy to find that there's lots of research showing that there's been large spikes in Alzheimer's and Parkinson's and other brain diseases. So, and there's a lot of reason to believe those spikes are linked to chemicals in our environment. Also, a lot of people have a poor diet. That will definitely make you mentally sluggish. I know when I eat properly, and for me, that's, eggs, veggies, some meat, not a hell of a lot of anything else, actually, other than wraps, sauces, pasta, mushrooms, maybe some fruit. Yeah, I'm really not that hard to please. One thing I often forget to do, even though I always talk the talk, is eat veggies. It's seemingly easier to make other things, even though I'm always talking about how important it is to eat veggies. Today, though, I had a giant salad with 4 boiled eggs, because I'm a fucking freak that way, I guess. Some people think it's weird. It's delicious. You just boil the eggs, chop them up, and mix it with a giant salad. And anyway, it's awesome. But 5-hydroxytryptophan is also really important. That's the precursor for all the neurotransmitters in your brain. I'm sure you probably know that. I mean, there's bound to be more than one person that sees this. But anyway, yeah, 5-hydroxytryptophan is hugely important, as I just said. You know, the precursor for all your neurotransmitters. So I mean, without that, I mean, your chances of functioning properly are pretty much nil. I mean, if you completely deprived your diet in every way of 5-HTP, um, or anything that could be processed into that form, and then eventually into tryptophan, well, you'd be screwed in the end, um, to say the least. Um, yeah, I've had a small cup of coffee today, which for me keeps me pretty sharp. Doesn't mean that coffee makes me smarter, but if I spend my time enjoying some coffee and, you know, reading, you know, one of my new books, then I don't know, I probably won't get dumber. I just make it smarter. And that's the thing. I'm not an absolute genius, but I do constantly stimulate my brain, whether it's reading, music. If I do watch videos, it's often documentary videos and stuff. That doesn't mean that I can't watch something like The Office or the new Batman movie. But in general, I'd much rather spend my time absorbing information, and not just needlessly absorbing information, but actually something I think is going to be useful for myself. Um, you know, if it's useful for other people too, that's great. But it's a pretty, well, I mean, it's a pretty personal, selfish pursuit. Um, I mean, I'd love to stumble across, like, you know, a way that water cures cancer or something, but you know, so I'm willing to be altruistic, but it's pretty self-centered and well, narrow, because of my certain tastes, and that's the thing. I won't, I can't do shit in math practically. Well, I mean, that's not true. I can do basic math, and I did drop out of school and then go back and finish math. So, I mean, I can do math, but why the fuck would I want to do math? I mean, I've always loved English. I've always sort of loved history in school, but I really like history on my own more than school. And I've always loved science, and I've always excelled at English. So, you know, am I dumb because I can't do math? Not really. Is someone like my girlfriend dumb because she's pretty poor at English compared to me? Not necessarily, because I feel stupid when she does math. Now we get to the more cynical part. A lot of people are really fucking dumb, and whether it's TV or the internet, if you want to just consume shit and just, you know, get dumber and dumber, it's very possible. I mean, this book is making really bold claims, so I don't know what the case is in terms of how accurate its assessment really is. You know, what were IQs correctly measured over the place? Like, you know, what what measures were put in place to make sure this was an accurate result? Blah 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 blah. And another thing is, does this guy just have a hate on for technology? Because I do say this to some of my friends that kind of have a problem with technology. Um, yeah, there are problems associated with technology, and there are pollution issues and everything, and we should strive to minimize those more and more. And really, the fucking problem is people are doing shit like driving big, fucking useless Hummers and things they don't need, and you know, um, why not keep fucking laptops and, you know, get rid of fucking cars? How about that? Go back to trains. But computers offer an incredibly powerful door of access to communication, to art, and to science, and to information that can make you smarter. So I wouldn't be so quick to write off anything electronic. Anything. Except maybe PSPs.